Do you want to create these type of designs using just simple CSS? Well, give me 15 minutes and I'll make sure you'll be able to do just that. Hello everyone. In this episode, we're going to talk about gradients in CSS. CSS gradient allows us to smoothly transition between two or more specified colors. Gradient backgrounds have become a very common thing in modern designs and they are used in almost every website these days. So it's very important for all of us to learn about them, at least the basics. Now for the setup, I have 10 divs here, each of them with a different ID, so we can practice on multiple divs. And then I have given them a fixed height and width and a border to make them visible for us. Now we will do all of our coding in separate file in styles.css. So now let's start giving a linear background to our first div. So the ID for first div is box1 and I'll use the background property. And to use linear gradient, you simply use the method linear-gradient. And then inside the parenthesis, you mention two colors that you want to transition from and to. So let's say I want to start from the red color and move to the blue. So I will put the red color first, then I'll put a comma and then put a blue color. So if I save, you see we have a background where we smoothly transition from red to blue color. Now this is the most simple way how you can create a linear gradient background. Now there are a lot more things you can do with it. For example, you can add another color in between, let's say green. And if I save, we have three colors now. We start from red and go to green, then blue. Let's say we add another color. Now we will have four colors. So you can add any number of colors here, at least as long as it makes sense, because obviously a million colors won't make sense, but you get the idea. Now after colors, we can also provide the direction. For example, right now we are moving from top to bottom. So we can specify to top and then put a comma. So now our gradient will move from bottom to top. If I save, you see the direction has changed. So for the example, I will remove the two colors that we added, so it's easier to work with them. And we have two commas here, so let me just remove one. Now if I save, we have two colors. We are moving from red to blue, from bottom to top. Now to top, let's say we are moving to bottom, and this was, as you saw, the default behavior. We can also change it to right. So we move from left to right. Same for left. We can also provide the direction in the diagonal way. So we have left right now. So let's say we want to move to top left. So you see we start from bottom right and we move towards top left. We can also do bottom left. We are moving to bottom left because our second color is blue. So we are moving to bottom left, bottom right, and you get the idea. So now let's leave first div just like that and try something else for the second div. I will use the second ID. Now let's say for the second example, instead of specifying bottom right, we want to use an angle. So we can say 45 degree and we will move diagonally. Okay, something went wrong. Let me check. Okay, so when we use degree, we have to remove this two word. And you can see we have, let's change the color here so it's a bit different. So we'll use the yellow one and let's use the green one. Okay, they are a bit similar. Let's use something like this. Yeah, so now it's a bit different. So we can specify the degrees on which we want to move. So we are moving diagonally 45 degree. Now let's say I have 180 degree here. And now we are starting from yellow and moving to this cyan color from top to bottom, which is the default behavior. So we have 180 degree, the default behavior. If we make it 360, the direction will be reversed, as you saw. So we can use any degree here, let's say 135. And you can see we start somewhere here and we go to the bottom right. Let's give this a random value of 271. And we have to put degree. So you see we start from somewhere in the right and move to the left. So this was another way we can use linear gradients. Now let's see another example for third box. So I will copy, paste and change the ID to 3. And this is our third box. Let's change the color for this one. So let's call it, I don't know, sky blue. Is that an option? Let me check. Yeah. And let's give the second color as green. So now let's remove this degree and I will say move the direction from left to right. So we are starting from left and moving to right. Now we can also put the percentage values here. So let me show you by an example. So if I put 60% here and save, you will see that the gradient transition starts after the container is filled 60% by the sky blue color. So basically what we're saying is fill the container 60% by this color and then start the transition. We can also put another percent here. So let's say after 60%, the next 20% will be green. Then after that, I want to transition to red color. And if I save, you can see we have 60% here. Then we have 20% of green. And then we are transitioning into the red color. Now let's take another example for the div 4. And for that, let me show you that you are not just limited to using direct these color names. You can use RGB values. So for that, I will just paste an RGB color value. So let's move to our fourth div first. And now I will paste the RGB color value. And we are starting from a red color. And then we want to move to the red color, but we want the opacity to only be 50%. So I'll use the A value, lambda value for 0.5. So you see we start from the dark shade and we move to the light shade. I can also change the color here. So instead of, let's say, red, I want to move to a slightly green one. So you see we start from a dark red and move to a light green. Now I can again increase the opacity here, 0.9. We move to a dark green. So you are not just limited to using direct color names. You can use RGB values, you can use hex code, HSL value, anything you want. Now let's take another example for div 5. And now I will show you how to create a rainbow. So let's say we have div 5 here with these two colors, red and green, and now we want to create a rainbow. So in rainbow we have 7 colors and we call them WebGear. And let's now write those 7 colors here. So we start with blue. I'm sorry, I think I have misspelled something. Yeah, it's not WebGear, it's WebGear. So we do not start from blue, we start from violet. Then the second one is indigo. Then we have blue. Then G stands for green. Y stands for yellow. O stands for orange. And then finally R stands for red. And now if I save, you see we have this rainbow. And now let's make it a little beautiful. So let's say we want to move to bottom right. Okay, let's say we want to move to top left instead. That will look a bit better. So you see we have this rainbow. We are starting from red color, then we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, which is a light shade of purple, I guess, and then we have violet. So this was how you can create rainbow color backgrounds in CSS. Now let's take another example for our box 6, and this time we'll do something different. Let's use the background property. Now instead of using the linear gradient, I will use something called repeating linear gradient, and let me show you what it allows us to do. Suppose if we want to display a collection of colors over and over again, so what we can do is we can specify a starting color, then we can choose the first color, specify the percentage, let's say 10% of blue, then I wanna have 20% of green, and now I want to repeat these three colors over and over again for my next step. So if I save, you see that we have these three colors repeating again and again. We have red, then we have blue, and then we have green. Now you have to be a bit careful with the percentage here because it basically depends on the size of the container. So you have to do some hit and trial methods to find the perfect spot. But you saw how repeating linear gradient works in CSS. Now let's take a different example for our box 7. And now instead of using linear gradient, we will use something called radial gradient. Now radial gradients does something similar, but instead of from top to bottom or from one side to another side, in radial gradients the colors start from the center of the container, and it will be easier to show you by an example. So let's say I choose the radial gradient property, and inside the parenthesis I specify two colors, red. Okay, we have enough red right now. Let's say we want to move from yellow to the cyan color, which is a shade of blue, and green. And now if I save, you see for the seventh container we are starting from the yellow color and moving outwards towards this second color. So we start from the center of the container. And now if I put more colors here, let's say instead of yellow I start from red. Now we have three colors here, and it kind of looks like a beautiful sun, and that's again the beauty of CSS. And once again you can put any number of color here. Let's say I put black. It looks kind of like a black hole or something, I don't know. But this was how you can how you can use radial gradients. Now you can use percentage once again. Let's copy, paste, target the next div. And now let's use the percentages. I will start from blue, give it 5%. Then for the yellow one, I will give 20%. Then the entire div will be filled with black color. Let's save, and you can see we have blue color in the beginning, which contains 5% of the container. So if you are having a bit difficulty to understand, let's consider the radius of the circle. So the 5% radius is covered by this blue circle, then the yellow covers the next 20%, and then we are slowly transitioning into the black color. And once again, it depends on the size of the container. It will be easier to see if the container is big. Now you can also use shapes here. So let's copy this down for the ninth one. Let's say we want to have a circle, and let's make the first color red, second color let's say black, and we would not have a third color for this one. So you can see we have some sort of a circle, and let me make it. I will just remove this 5% so that it's more visible. Yeah, it kind of looks the same. So that's how you can specify shape. Let me see if any other shape work here, because I haven't used radial gradients myself. So rectangle doesn't work. Let's say sphere maybe. Nope. So you can Google and just check whatever works for you. And I will leave a link to our website in the description and you can check out more about the gradients. Now for the final div, for the box 10, let's do something interesting. So you saw that we have repeating linear gradients here. Now let's do the same for our radial gradients. And let's see how it looks. So I will paste here. And now we will change the colors. Let's say we want to start from yellow. Then the second color will be red, 10%. Then we will have orange, 20%. And instead of linear, let's just save and see what we have. So we have this sort of gradient. Now instead of linear, let's change it to gradial. I hope the spelling is right. Okay, it's not gradial, it's radial. I'm sorry. So we have this some sort of, okay, I think I am being hypnotized by this container. So that was all about gradients in CSS. It is a very powerful tool, but it can be a little overwhelming if you are just starting out. Well, I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more such content. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching and have a good day.